For us, the hope is to find a cure for pancreatic cancer, to make an impact in that direction, in that area.
We were sitting in her basement and she said, we're gonna start this organization, we're gonna have a walk, and we're gonna raise $1 million. And we said, okay, let's do it. And when it came to Auntie Kathy telling you to do something, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody jumped on board and we went with it.
I don't think any of us, when we started out, thought we were going to reach that goal. Individually, we probably all thought it was impossible. But as we got closer and closer to it every year, I think it held us together collectively. The Granaro family couldn't do it by itself. We're blessed with a very large family, and that's a large family of close friends.
I've had a lot of friends and co-workers and strangers that have become friends through pancreatic cancer when they've had a diagnosis in their life and they've reached out and said, hey, I know you're involved in pancreatic cancer in some way, shape, or form. What information can you give me?
I knew that the Granaro family was deeply involved in this organization. I didn't know much about it. I just knew that they talked about it, and you saw it around the city, and you saw the signs and the stickers. When my mother-in-law was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2013 in April, I reached out to Kristen immediately thinking that they would have something that they would be able to give to us to help us. Our first actual involvement with the Granaro community was the walk in September of 2013. And we got a small team together, made our own t-shirts, slapped our team name on there, and let Barbara know that we were doing this for her.
Everyone that we've interacted with has been so determined and dedicated and motivated to make a difference. Every single person that we've met.
We have stayed involved. We have participated in the Gala. We have participated in the walk since then. We have grown our team from, I think we had 10 or 12 people the first year, up to almost 50 last year, and still growing.
We have the largest pancreas biobank in the world, is that right?
Yes, so I'm the co-director of that with a surgeon who's made it his career to be the world expert on pancreatic cancer surgery. It's Carlos Fernandez.
One of the greatest things that we've had happen over the last couple of years is the doctors have really invited us into their world and shown us their labs, shown us their research, and let us see what their day-to-day looks like. And we can see the impact that we're having through the fundraising that we're doing. Whether it's seeing actual pancreatic cancer cells on a slide or hearing them describe what the KRAS gene mutation can look like and how it's impacted. Just being more educated makes you want to be more involved and learn more, but also gives you such great respect for the dedication and perseverance and passion that they have for something that's so challenging and can be draining. But every time you talk to them, they're hopeful, they're excited, they're inspired, and they just want to keep going.
What's in green there, I guess, is the cancer. So you see the cancer cells.
It's not going to be treated by surgeons, or it's not going to be treated just by radiation oncologists. It will have to be a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary effort, and I think at MGH people understand that. So that's really what we're facing. I think overall as a field, and I think at MGH we have an opportunity to do that because we have a lot of great people in those type of departments.
The biggest challenge relates to issues of funding in relation to trying to be innovative. The federal government, which is the major source of research funds, supports very conservative projects that often have to be executed by the time that you're applying for funding. So therefore, if you have an interesting idea or you want to develop a model system that's much needed, that is virtually impossible to get funded ahead of time. In my career, and certainly with support from the Trust, the foundation and philanthropic support in general has allowed us to ask those questions about where should research be going in the next 5 years.
We know they're making that progress, and we know that those pieces have potential. They have that room or that hope to grow legs and make a difference. And that's what we're all looking for every day, is finding that smile on the doctor's face when they say this is making a difference, or this clinical trial has helped X amount of patients. And knowing that those pieces, those small goals that they have can truly make a difference is what makes us want to keep going.
For me, hope is something that it's just something that you can have. It's not a spiritual thing, it's not scientific, it's just a belief in something, and anyone can have hope, and this community gives us hope.
To me, hope is the deep belief that you will see positive change in whatever you are working towards.
The word hope, I think in our case, I think it's a realistic notion. I think that when cancer as a disease gained prominence in the public in the 1970s and became a real, the idea of a war on cancer, it was a time where there was very little understanding of what cancer was. Now we know the components that go into making a cancer cell. So hope, I think, is a realistic prospect that now we kind of have a rough blueprint of cancer. We can now figure out what the weaknesses are. So I do see on the horizon probably incremental advances, but advances that are meaningful for patients in the next few years.
Hitting the 1 million will definitely change going forward for us because will have reached our first big goal, which for a long time looked like an obstacle, looked like it was going to be a big challenge. And if we can raise $1 million in 10 years, we can find a cure for pancreatic cancer. We can do anything.
What I hope for most is that someday we receive a phone call from Mass General, specifically from Dr. Duda or Dr. Badizi, or both, telling us they made a breakthrough, that they found a cure for pancreatic cancer, and that the Granara Trust played a small role in that breakthrough. Then I can look up and say to my sister Kathleen, Kathy, rest in peace.